That's a good end note there. But I love you guys, and you're amazing. You know, I didn't ever think. I mean, it's been said, that I would be in the ministry and stuff, and I kind of wanted it, but it was never real until things started lining up, happening. I had to give God that authority in my life. He wants that. He wanted that. He asked for that. Surrender. He's my Father. I had to surrender to His will in my life and the things He had set up for me. And I'm happy that I grew up with such an amazing family. I'm talking about all you guys. Gosh.
Cody, would you tell them a bit about your love movement that you started?
Yeah, absolutely. I'll give it to you from the very beginning. I was in prison, and God gave me this vision. It started with a dream, but as soon as I woke up from the dream in the physical, I was still dreaming. I woke up and this vision kept going, but now I'm not subconsciously receiving this vision. I'm actually awake now and able to discern it, and its vision was given in a way. It was I'm in this hallway, and this is perfect. You can kind of see this hallway here. Well, it went probably 3 or 4 times longer than this hallway. And the beginning was right here. Probably about where that wall is. There's a group of people. A nice little group, nothing crazy. And this hallway goes and goes and goes, and there's doors all along it. You can't really see the end, it's so long. And it's on fire. The building's on fire. On the other side of this wall, there's some smoke coming out of it. And these people are asking me, what are we doing? What are we doing? And I'm like, I don't know. And then this little earpiece is like, ee! Like I hear this like transmission happen in my ear. And then God starts talking to me, telling me, go straight, and you'll know what to do from there. So I'm like, okay. So I start walking down this hallway, and there's doors on each side, long doors. And these people all have earpieces in their ears. I got this little mouthpiece, right? And I'm able to let them know, no matter where they are in the building, they can find where I'm at, because I got this mouthpiece, letting them know what's going on. And there's these doors. So some of the doors are closed. Some don't even have doors. It's just a doorway. And you can see in the doors what's going on. Some people are in there doing lines of cocaine off the table. Some people are, partying, drinking. Some people are just having fun, not doing anything illegal or anything, but they're really consumed in it, almost as if idolatry consumed. They're really so distracted at what they're doing that they're not noticing that the building's on fire. Is basically what's going on in all different senses and ways. So some of the people who are following me, they go in the door that's already open, and they'll talk to the person and get him out, and now they're following the crowd out of here because it's on fire. It's coming down. And some of the people will go in the door and get distracted with them. But the thing is, the fire's on its way. It's coming in this building. And we gotta go. We gotta keep moving, God bless that some of the people came out with us, and I know that there was more people than what we started with, but they weren't all the same. They weren't all the same people. Some doors were closed, and I didn't have a way in it. I couldn't get it open, but someone that was with me knew how to get that door open. And they were able to open it up and get in there and get the people out. We kept going. So we kept moving. And I'm still unsure about what's going on here. Except all I know is that we're moving and we're looking for the end. We're looking for the this door, the way out of this thing, because it's going down. And finally we get to the end, and whenever those doors open, they're glass. You can see right through them, you know. If you get close enough to it, you can see right through to the other side, you know. And there it was, and I opened these doors up, and we went out there, and it was like something like this, you know, food, friends, family, conversation, love. And everybody was getting along, and it was just endless fun, like trees and nature, but then there's also, you know, you can see things off in the distance, theme parks, whatever. It was just like we're now out of there, and now we can do whatever we want, and we can go as far as we want in any direction, and have love. So, but then right there at the end, when we came out of these doors, there was a table there, and it had a bunch more earpieces, but each one of them had a mouthpiece on it too. So they were all these for these people that stood in there and kept going. So then I'm sitting there and I'm praying to God. I'm like, you know, what does this vision mean? You know, I'm kind of getting bits and pieces of it, you know, as it's going along, and God's just like, I'm picking you to be a leader of a generation of leaders. The start of if I could put it into words, a viral spider web, you know, and it's just going to keep knitting and going and going and going. But he said, you got to start somewhere. You got to do something somewhere. So I did. I mean, I got out, and I'm thinking, what is this called? What do I say? What do I call it? He says, the Love Movement. Okay. Now it's a group, right? It's a support group in Missouri that I'm doing, but it's not just that. It's the Love Movement itself it's a movement. It's a wave. It's alive. It's a state of being. It's a state of mind, but it's a state of being. It's a state of being a love-driven, a love-based, a love-operating human. And in that, walking and being like Jesus to people, it opens their heart and their mind up to receive theology and receive the brass tacks, the structure of it. You know, they don't want to. It seems to me that my generation and the millennials and the kids and stuff, they're so hard-headed that they want different ways of teaching, different ways of thinking, to where they can use their own minds to do it, you know, because they get a sense of ownership over their relationship with God. They want to feel ownership. So I've found a lot of really cool things that I like to teach my group, and it's bringing people in, because, you know, the closer that they get to like scientists out there, the further they go in with that microscope, the more fingerprints of God they see. They see creation. They're starting to rethink their whole thing. You know, Darwinism, evolution, that's dead. It's gone. It's over with. Like, the only reason it's still in textbooks is because it's probably going to cost a lot of money to get everything switched back over. And I mean, God forbid they teach kids where they really come from. You know, God forbid that. But it's just the way of the world right now, and that's fine. You know, it is written, things will get worse, you know.
What kind of people do you minister to?
Drug addicts mostly, homeless, prostitutes, abused, broken, gays, lesbians, people who are lost, and
thank you, Jesus.
And they're so lost, though. They've been, you know, they want Jesus. They do.
Yeah.
They've went and they've tried at other places, and, you know, even if the message itself wasn't driving them out the door, somebody in the church was. Somebody in the church was being awful to them.
Yeah.
And but deep down, their identity is in Him.
Yes.
They just don't see it.
Amen.
But once they do, then they can start being more accountable for the things that they've been bringing into their own life.
Right.
And it'll change their life.
You told me about a girl or two when you first started this, that you were starting to do it in the church, and what did she say to you about coming into church?
Which one?
A girl that didn't want to go in the church building because
She felt unworthy.
Oh, yeah. She has. This is a perfect example. Thank you for bringing that up. This is a perfect example because she was okay. She was reaching out to me and she said, I want to go and stuff, and I'm like, okay, and I get her, I take her. She makes it to the parking lot, and I'm like, all right, well, it's in here, and she gets down on the sidewalk and sits there and cries. I'm like, what's wrong with you? She's like, I can't go in there. I said, why? She's like, I'm not worthy. And I'm like, I said, I'm not worthy. It's like nobody is, She still couldn't make it in, and weeks have went by now, and I've still tried to get her to go, but she doesn't understand yet, and it's been her past that brings her to that point. But we've got people it's rough for them to get past that point of feeling like, oh well, even if I did try to give my all to God, I don't deserve Him. But they don't understand that that's the beauty of it. That's the mercy and the grace there. It's that we don't become a better us till we see ourselves the way He sees us. And then it's like, oh, I am this way. I might as well start acting like it, But you want to. I used to be in fear of deliverance. I used to be in fear of it. Like Dad would always say, Cody, God took everything away from me. He can do it for you. And I would listen to what He said. I'd be like, yeah, but the thing is, I don't know what it's like to not want to get high. I'm going to want to get high one more time. Let me get high one more time before you deliver me, God, or a few more times. But I didn't understand that when He takes it away, He takes away the thought of it. He takes away the desire of it. He takes away, and then He gives more to you at the same time. He gives you the acknowledgement of the ripple effect that it actually causes. Because for every good spider web, there's an equal and opposite bad spider web. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And God has that ripple effect that causes a chain reaction of love and kindness and good things and blessings in our life. But then also we got that evil seed that one dose, one injection has caused a ripple effect not only in my own body but in the body of the family around me, and things that people can see this happen, and it'll influence them in a way. What if 3 or 4 or 5 kids really looked up to me in a certain way to where they wanted to be just like me? Now, it would have been that way on either fork, whether I went right, whether I went left. But the fact that I went left and started using, it's like, okay, well, I know what I got to do now. As a kid that wants to be like that guy, I'm going to start doing that. You know what I mean? Because that must be cool. You know what I mean? So, men influence young men so much, and you women too influence young ladies. So, and being in that lifestyle, God, that's just one of the examples of things God makes aware to someone coming out of something like that in deliverance. So once they can start seeing that, it becomes rhythmic, and they start, finding the rhythm of that and the flow, and it'll actually come supernatural.
That's super.
Supernatural. Yeah.
So cool.
Very well said.